But hopefully I can get this tarp in 30 minutes. My plan was to go get the truck wash. Get the truck washed, and while I'm in line, tarp the load. But since I have boards coming out, go ahead and knock it out. Now, as you can see, I've got 23 bundles. Now, when you lay your tarps out, you want your tarp right down the middle. Just want to try to get it even as possible. Sorry if it's windy. Go ahead and get this knocked out. Hopefully the damn tarp don't fly off. Should be fine. Just got to keep it low. But yeah, though, even though the weather is nice, it's 80 degrees out, you want to gotta put that tarp on that yellow pine, man. Or if you don't call for tarps, you make sure you put your dunnage under the damn wood. So if not, you will lose it, I'm telling you. Like I said, man, that's why you keep your CB on, but ain't nobody hollered at me on the CB. Oh, shoot. That's all I need to do is drop the damn tarp off the damn load. Done that before too. But there's a seam. There's two seams you always got to remember. You got the middle seam to where I'm standing here in the middle. You want that lined up as much as possible. And the other seam's at the beginning of the tarp where your flap is. Now, as you can see, tarp's in half. So on that one side, I got that seam. It's gonna go right down the middle. Make sure to leave, I think it's like about 3 or 4 inches of where that second seam is. That goes long ways. Now, luckily, I can do this without an issue talking. Because the wind's not blowing, so I ain't gotta worry about the damn tarp coming off. So I'll be done with that. But you want to get as even as possible. That way when you drop it, it's already lined up centered. So it's just still pretty much about centered. Now usually if you got somebody helping you, you got somebody with you, you can have them bungee down the sides while you sides over. Now this call for lumbers and it needed lumbers because it takes up the whole width of the trailer. So hopefully I want to do this in less than 30 minutes, even though I'm talking y'all through it. Now I still kind of messed up because my 4 inches of overhang, I pulled it back too far, which ain't no big deal. But I always try to pull it, get it tight as possible. That way when you get down and you got to make your adjustments, it'll still be tight. Like I said, usually 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, I'm going to tarp right there. Because it's just one less thing to do. You don't want to have to damn stop again. But it is what it is. You'll have some place that don't allow tarping. So this is the same. But it's going to be the opposite. You're going to put the seam down in the middle right here. Since this is the top board. Or it's the bundle that's in the middle. When you do your tarps, you go back to front. You go back to front because You want the front tarp to go over the back tarp. This video is not for the vets. This is for the newer drivers, you know, that haven't tarped the load or wonder how loads will get tarped and stuff like that. Right where my hand is, that's the other seam I'm talking about. It's on the back. So this seam here is going to be on the edge. Also, if you're scared of heights, hey, this will break it. Me personally, it doesn't bother me. I used to fall out of an airplane when I was in the Army, so it's whatever. But my left hand, that's where my seam is. So I kind of laid it out, kind of chewed up. You know, when you got to get up on top of something, just take your time. 3 points of contact when you can. Do it just like that. Like I said, luckily the wind's not blowing. Thank God for that. So I'll pull it down tight. Let it do what it's going to do. Like I said, even talking through this, shouldn't even take me no more than 30 minutes to do this. Now, sometimes if the wind's blowing, you gotta be careful, keep an eye on your tarp, because it will take off on you. Ask me how I know. I think it was last winter when I was in Danville, and I had to tarp paper rolls. Now they got a safety harness for you to wear, but it's hard when the deck's frozen, tarp's frozen. You gotta do all that. But yeah, but since I don't want to get up and down off the load, I'll lay both tarps out. So I won't worry about pulling the flap down just yet because I got to get down safely. So what I'll do is I'll sit down. I don't care. Too much flap right there, so I'm going to pull it back. That way I don't have to adjust it again while I'm down there. So I just rather for it to be tight and then pull and work on it when I can. Now when you're doing this, like it's not that hard when it's a perfect box. So you already know that you can walk on the entire load. Now if you pick up like a Home Depot load, or you just pick up something, some wallboard or whatever that you got to get on top of and tarp, or just something that's oddly shaped, remember where your tarp is or where your holes are. Perfect example, my tech. Perfect example. When you get loaded kind of crazy, you want to make sure you remember where the patches, the holes are. I should have left my damn open. Luckily I got a board hanging out, so I can do that. Try to hold on to something. All right. Got that done. Now this is the seam that I'm talking about. All right. It's like about 4 or 5 inches. So as you can see, it's just about even. Just about even. I gotta make sure that gap down there where the flap is, I gotta pull it forward it's about 6 inches or so. So we'll do that. Pull it back, get it about even. Like when you take your bungees off the tarp, just throw them to the side. But you gotta use them here in the back. You got the flap, you know when to stop because it's the black and the maroon. Flap here, we're gonna tuck that excess in. This is how I tarp my loads. There's more than one way to do it. This is how I do it personally. So like I said, nice and even, flush. Take it, see where it's gonna go at. That line, it's right there below it. Do your corners first. Same thing. Like I said, usually if you're a trainer, if you got somebody riding with you, like my wife rode with me, she would kind of try to help. Do your corners, you know. Now, when you have to tarp and it's windy, one, you gotta be fast. Two, sometimes you gotta pull out your the ratchet binders. Do that. Sometimes you gotta do that. All right, so the flap is done. It's 2 bungees. It's usually about 8 bungees total, give or take. All right, that's how you do that. Now, so this thing don't fly away on me. Put that there like that, even though it's not even. Do that. So now, I'm gonna hang my bungees. Me personally, I do every single one. That's just my preference. See, it's still about even. Still looks about right. Like I said, when you do it so many times, you can eyeball it and tell if it ain't right or not. But that's what happened to this yellow pine, man. The boards start walking out. I think I would load it like that, but in general, I mean, that's what happens when they start coming out. So it's still about even. Now the kicker is I still got to stop and get the truck wash, or I'm gonna attempt to. I do hang bungees all the way down, pull back at an angle. All I have to do before I do that, I've got to pull the tarp back that way, because it's down too far on this side, as you can see in this bottom corner. But hopefully the audio's coming out great. Like I said, I hang a bungee on every loop. It's about even. So I eyeball it. Like I said, you only get paid to tarp once. I think I might have to move my phone. Well, it's not in the way. It should be all right. Hang all your bungees, and then you don't do all of one side. If you do all of one side, it's going to pull your tarp. So you do a few. Now, one of the most important bungees to remember to hang is where they meet at, in the middle. If not, depending on the size of the load, pause. You're damn gonna have a gap. If the wind catches that gap, it's gonna open up your tarp. So I set about 8 bungees here in the back. I'm gonna sit him down here on the ground. That's 2, 4, 6. We'll do that. But you wanna make sure you get your tarp here in the middle. I'll show it to you. Right where they connect that, like I said, depending on what you have, you might have a whole bunch of slack, you might not have enough. So, as you can see, that's about 2 feet. Now, if you have 2 or 3 inches, you'll want to throw a 2-inch over where they meet at. You do your bungees and you throw your 2-inch. So you want to make sure that damn tarp don't walk out on you, catching your air. Hopefully the video's coming out, it's not too shaky. Same thing on this side. No, I'm good, man. So, hang your hooks. Do all the same thing. Same thing on this side. Put one there. And I gotta pull this down here on the corner and get about even. I had to move my video recording. Had company. I don't need my phone walking off. So I'm gonna put it back on top. Hopefully you can still kind of see, kind of give you an idea. Hopefully the audio still picks up. But I don't want to have to keep walking around watching my buddy. You'll see him in the background. Come back, hang your hooks. Yeah, now I'm from Hopkins, South Carolina. I'm in Columbia right now, in a sketchy area. Every city has a sketchy area. Now, I'm always careful of my surroundings. I don't live in fear, but never give nobody an opportunity to do anything to you. But I'm a type of person, I don't mind helping somebody out. I done gave a homeless person, food and whatnot. But I prefer to give you food. If you're hungry, I'll feed you. If you'd have been like, I just want something to eat. I always stop what I'm doing, and I ran into the damn Flying J and got him something to eat. All right. I'd rather for you to say, hey, I want a beer. I'll get you a beer, man. I've done that before. I just be honest with me, man. Don't shoot me no bullshit. Just, hey, man, it's hard out here. I just want something cold to drink. Can I get a beer? I'll get you a beer. I'll do that over than you trying to hustle me out of some money. But that's just how I am, you know. I don't judge nobody. Everybody's situations are different. Hopefully this don't cut off on me. Because once my phone gets hot, it's going to cut off. I'm trying to be kind of fast. But I made it back to the front here, as you can see me. All right. Now I got to go back to my middle and do my middle bungee because the guy distracted me. All right, so got all my bungees hung, double check my tarp, make sure it's still centered. I'm gonna come back here to the front. I'm gonna pull my front tarp just a little bit. Pull it where the flap is gonna just hang just a little bit. All right, so got that about centered. I'm kind of going out of order, it seems like, but since I'm right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the front. Do the front. So you gotta double up your bungees. So still want it tight. I need 4 in the front. Before I pull my flap down, might be able to do 2. Just depends. Yeah. So I want it tight as possible. All right, so I got all my bungees. Let's see. That should be fine. I shouldn't have to do nothing right there. But if you want to, you know, pull it down. Like I said, I'm just kind of going in depth right now. So you don't have to do all this. But like I say, you tarp it right the first time, you ain't gotta worry about flapping. So bam. Got that done. Pull the flap down. Do the front, tuck your excess. Hate that you can't see this, but I gotta leave my phone out of sight, out of the way. Do your corners. If I can Get back to it, keep an eye on my boy. Come back, do your corner. So pull it down tight. Tuck your excess. Guess I should have flipped it up before I bungeed it. It ain't no big deal, but this side might be down too far, just the way how my bungees are going. But just want to do the corners. The top. All the way back. Same thing what I did in the back, I'm going to do in the front. See the line, go below the line. Sometimes you have enough room that you can tuck the excess under what you're hauling. Kind of did that backwards, but be all right. Better speed up, the wind's starting to pick up. Now while I'm on this side, I'm going to go ahead and just finish this side. That way I can move the camera. Make sure I always get that bottom corner right. So that side's done. All I'm gonna do is come back, hit up every other bungee or every few to get this show on the road. Actually, I can finish up the back while I'm right here. Finish the back up. Same thing, fold your excess. Put that there. That's how I do it every time, usually. Might need 2 bungees. Let's see. Yeah. Sometimes you don't want to damn stretch it too far. Get popped in the face. Take a bungee, half it, do it like that. Do the top, same thing. Guess I'll half this one. Oops. This was kind of dry rod, you gotta be careful. Remember when you pull your bungees, try to look away. Don't get popped in that daggone face. All right, so that's the back. That's 2 on the corners, 2 there, 3, 4, 5, so it's 5 bungees. Sometimes you need more, just depends on how wide the load is. See if I can knock this out right quick for somebody parks in this spot. All you're gonna do is do every few bungees. So you just want to keep it right where it's at. Down and away. Just do it that because it looks neater and it's aerodynamic. Down at an angle, bam, tuck the excess. Make sure I've done my bungee there. Take both of them and roll them together. Now I'm probably not gonna put this video with the daily upload. I'll probably do a separate since it's so long. Pause. Always keep an extra bungees on you. Do the same thing. I try to bungee where they meet at. I try to bungee them together. So I come back and I try to find another D-ring to get a hold of. So can't get that one. Take it back here. Probably do this from here. Go down. Go up to this one. So tuck it in. Do every few. Tuck in your excess. Now, this is where I think I messed up. On the other side, I think it's down too far. I'll see here in a minute. Try to get that nice, clean, and tight as possible. Now while I'm on this side, finish this, and I'm gonna bungee my side to my other flap on this side. Which once I walk back to the front, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's too easy to use all your bungees. When you're doing your checks out your mirrors, you don't worry about seeing nothing flapping or nothing crazy going on. All right, bam. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Do so many, and then I'll finish up the rest. Same concept. What I did on the passenger side, I'm doing the driver's side. Now technically, since I did quite a few, I can actually, I'll probably do the whole side. Oh no, because it's too damn low. I think I messed up. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit. Well, make sure you got all your corners down. So take them both together, roll them up. Definitely, it's too far over, but it'll be fine. It's no big deal. It's just off a little bit. That's why it's kind of important to make sure you get that seam just right when you can. Not a huge deal, but it's just OCD kicks in sometimes. You want it just right, dress right dress from the military folks. All right, so I got a few done here, tucked into access. As you can see, now in theory, I know I messed up because on the other side you can see it's not the same. It's too far down. So what I think I'll do is just do a few of these, go back to the other side and see if I can pull it down. Like I say, you only get paid to tarp once, but it's a mental thing for me. Just knowing that the bungees they're not even. So that's enough on that side. I gotta make sure I come back and tighten those up. That's where my tarp was at. So I guess I'll go ahead and finish up this side. Finish up the back half of the tarp. So you don't want it tight. I mean, you don't want your bungees too tight where you're fighting against it, pulling it too hard. Bungee snap, you fall. That's how my first trainer fell off the damn trailer. Yanking on the damn, pulling and pulling and pulling. Damn bungee gave away. Now he was a little guy though, but still he fell off the damn trailer, messed up his shoulder or his arm or something to that effect. All right, so it's starting to come together, it's starting to look like something. It's taking a little bit longer than it's supposed to, but walking through it, and I've got the time to do it. Okay. Hear them sirens in the hood, man. As you can see, it's still about even, but it's still a little high. It's not high, but it's just a little high. But it's no big deal, going to finish it up. Down and away, down and away. A little slight angle, pull it back to itself. hopefully you're learning something. Like I said, if you're my day ones, or you've been tarping and you've been driving for a while, you've been pulling skateboard flatbed for a while, you already got your own little system. So this is for my new folks. All right. Now, this is what I was talking about, how it's too high on this side, but shit, gotta ride with it now. There's nothing I can do about it. So what I'm gonna do is just bungee it right where it's at. Bungee right where it's at. I think I'm gonna be short a few. Probably not. Be fine. Just gotta make sure I go back and tighten my two straps. Yeah, so in theory, this part here, it should have been down some more. As you can see of the bungees that I was hanging and I started bungeeing, it's not level, it's not even. And that's, of course, my fault. Like I said, a perfect box, you should be able to tarp in 30 minutes. I don't know how long this video is so far, but 30 minutes, man. That's where you want to be at. You want to make your money. All right, so my passenger side is done. Now, you see how it's all the same on this side? I was back down at an angle. Now watch when I go back to this side, the driver's side. It's too far down. Not by a lot, but it's enough though. But like I said, it's already on there. We're gonna hook it up, finish it up. Go back. Since it's too low, go down and up. Like I said, it's not off that much. It's only it's down about 3 inches too much this way. That's why I'm able to go back to itself when I'm doing these bungees, instead of down and away on the other side. So you get some drivers, they can get it, I mean, it's perfect. Your seam's perfect. Right where it meets in the middle is perfect. I get it done every now and then, but not this time. All right, so this side is done. All I need to go back, tighten those up. That's where my tarps were at. Double check your flap, you're in the front and back. I don't care, I use every damn bungee on the truck if need be, so I don't have to damn fix it on the side of the damn room. And you'll learn that with experience, and the more that you do stuff, the mistakes that you make, you're gonna make mistakes. I still make mistakes. I'm 4 years in and I still, not perfect. But it's all about muscle memory and getting routines and having a routine. So I think it was this one, yeah. So now, I got everything tightened back up. Don't worry about none of my boards walking out. But like I said, nobody hollered at me on my CB and said, hey, TMC, man, you got some boards coming out. I'm telling you, man. Get a load shift on that interstate. It ain't fun. It is not fun. And that's how tarp lumber. Perfect box. I'm telling you, 30 minutes. If you're doing a box over something fairly simple, 30 minutes. 45 minutes at the most if you got to fight, you're fighting the elements, you're fighting wind. It's just you got to get up and down off the trailer. That takes time. But you kind of want to limit it to 30 minutes. So I'm going to see where this video's at right now. And I'm just going at a leisurely pace, so it might be more than 30 minutes. Double check, you got everything put away. Your drawers are closed. And there you have it. Flaps tucked under. I just put 2 bungees there just for keepsake. Like I said, it's too far to the driver's side. That's why I was able to go down and up instead of just down and back. But you can see, you can tell it's 2 different tarps also because of where the seams are. Even though it's not off that much there, I see how much space is there because it should look like that. This side should look like this side. But it'll be all right. You got your load covered. Won't get wet. Got the back done. Bam. That looks good. I'll give this a B minus. B minus. Now, passenger side should look like the driver's side, but it doesn't. But it's okay. It's all right. Be all right. So I'm gonna get on the road. I have, I think about 200 miles. Might be less than 200 miles left to drive. Attempt to get a truck wash again, see what happens. If not, it is what it is. Yeah, the video's at 48 minutes. So, like I said, 30 minutes, man. You should be done tarping. Done. 30 minutes, perfect conditions, perfect scenario. 30 minutes. All right, so that's enough of that. Gonna get on down the road. Do my once over again. I already did my load check when I was filling up. But just, check your dunnage. Check your tires. Just check anything that just might be out the ordinary that you won't catch. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. I appreciate all my subscribers. Looking good, man. Looking good. Minus that there, but it'll be okay. All right, so we're gonna stop in Kinley. I think I passed Kinley. No, that's further than Fayetteville. Might not be getting a truck wash. Whatever. Let's go get it done, man. Let's knock out these 200 miles.